Hello and welcome. My name is Angelique Doyle and I am here with community producers. Today I'm here with coordinator Farron Astley with Heal the Hat Natural Health and Healing Expo. Welcome, Farron.
Hi, Angelique.
So Farron, what got you into natural healing?
Well, it's been a pretty long journey. It started actually when I was in my early teens, and my family, weirdly enough, got involved in clean eating and paying more attention to their health than I would have really even known to wonder about. And so it kind of put me on a path. The information coming in started getting me to think about things a little bit differently on what I'm eating and where it's coming from and how I'm presenting my body, how I'm feeling. And then I started traveling later on around my early 20s and took yoga training. And in that process, I actually discovered a whole variety of ways to look at life, and how I was thinking about my life was creating everything in my life. So if I liked it or I didn't like it, it was all up to me. And so that recognition or that realization, it actually really made me fall down and do a bit of a nosedive, we'll say. And because it was so much, there was so much that I felt responsible for. And it ended up, I felt like I was going through a depression, trying to figure out how I could come out of this cave that I guess was hidden inside of myself, inside of what had been hidden for so long. Some different childhood things and different decisions I've had to make over that really tender time of my life. And so through depression, I'll say, I actually came to realize and understand myself more and what I was creating, and took responsibility for where I was going. And that is something that can be pretty scary to do, because we have to take the step. And I had to take that step. I had to get out on my own. I had to be seen. I had to tell the world what I felt and what I felt was meaningful to me. And that's not always well received. And so I have felt like my journey has been in discovering layers of myself in order to help give other people permission to also accept themselves for who they are, so that they can take that leap of faith as well.
Well, this sounds like it was a natural thing for you to then become the coordinator for the Health and Healing Expo here in Medicine Hat, because you had such a journey, and now it's allowing other people to come in and explore that journey. So over the course of the time, how has the Health and Expo Healing been received in Medicine Hat?
Well, it's been running, I just counted, I think 10 years now. So I wasn't the first to start it. It was Jo Mardian. She was my savior, I will say, when I moved to Medicine Hat, because I didn't feel what I had come to realize. I felt a bit alone in it. I felt like the community, it took a little while for me to really sink in and see what was available here, what the community needed, what I needed from the community. And Jo had started this expo about 10 years ago, and I was in it as Garden and Breathe In as a business once I got that going, and I just realized how amazing it was that so many people were on the same wavelength, were thinking the same thoughts, and also different thoughts that I might not have thought without them. And I had the opportunity, after a couple years of being in the show, she was ready to pass over the baton, and I took it, and I felt like it was really meant to be, because I knew that it could get bigger and it could expand, and I was feeling really called and just joyful, really, when I took that on. So that was a good sign that it was the right thing to do.
Awesome. Well, how has it grown over the past 10 years? That's a long time.
It has grown. I feel like if you put a little drop in water and it ripples out, I feel like that's what this show does every year. So it's a drop that ripples out throughout the entire year. And from this event, even though it hasn't necessarily grown in size and like a festival kind of size where we have more and more things. It's maintained its size, but it's rippled out into the community where I'm starting to see a lot of what we offer in the community be sustained in different businesses and different studios, different businesses actually popping up out of the woodworks that I haven't seen before here. I feel like that influence of it has grown more than the size, we'll say, itself. Yeah.
Awesome. So if I was to come to, say it was my first time attending, I've had the pleasure of attending for several years and I've enjoyed it every time, but for a first time person, what could they expect when they come to this expo?
Well, there's definitely a lot to be seen there. We have over 45 local and surrounding area businesses. So all the way from crystals and little gifts that you can get for somebody that you care about, for yourself. There's chiropractors, there is massage therapists, there's essential oils. In our movement and meditation space, this is where I feel like it's more important to get a true somatic experience. So coming to the show, you can sign yourself up for, say, a coaching session or an adjustment, or just sit down and have some beautiful food from one of our local restaurants and listen to some music. And you can sign yourself up into a free class and do some yoga or laughter yoga, qigong, and get your body moving and start to really feel what it's like to be mindful, to take care of yourself. So there's a lot of options, but really it's the whole experience that they'll walk into and realize how much there is.
When is the date and time and the location of the expo?
So it's happening at the Cypress Center Auditorium, and it's happening April 28th from 10 to 7, and Sunday, April 29th from 10 to 5. And just take note that at 7 o'clock on Saturday night, we'll have a community drum circle at the event center as well.
Oh, wonderful. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that for sure. So thank you so much, Farron, for putting this on and being the coordinator for this Healing Expo here in Medicine Hat and offering this to our community. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining me here today at Community Producers. I look forward to seeing you at Heal the Hat.